Check it out now. Little Kodak, they don't want to see you winning. They just want to see you win the penitentiary. Now, there was a time I actually believed that. I used to believe when Kodak Black rapped on Tunnel Vision that people don't want to see him winning. They just want to see him in the penitentiary. I'm now in 2019 stopping that belief. I think the only person I want to see Kodak win is Kodak Black, okay? Kodak Black is his own worst enemy, and also Kodak Black has surrounded himself with a bunch of people to this day, still to this day, that don't give a fuck about him to keep him away from being in number one harm's way or from getting locked up again. Now, what am I talking about? Why did I say all that? Kodak Black was just arrested at the border coming into the United States. He was in Canada. He's on tour if you don't know. The Dying to Live tour. And basically he was coming back from being in Canada back in the United States. He had a show in Boston. And while he was re-entering the border of the United States, basically U.S. Customs and Immigration officers basically found a bunch of guns in a car that he was in and another car that was in their little entourage, okay? Now, they're saying that Kodak Black was actually driving the Escalade, and I guess Kodak Black really liked driving a boat because he was driving. I don't know, if you got this many amount of people in your team, why the fuck are you driving? But okay, whatever. He was driving an Escalade. Police pulled the Escalade over, and they found a Glock 9mm pistol, which was undeclared by anybody in the vehicle. So they're going to be pinning that shit on everybody until they find out whose shit that is, okay? Now they found a little weed, as I said, and in the Porsche that was traveling behind Kodak's car with other individuals from Kodak's team, they're saying that there was 2 loaded handguns, which the driver of the Porsche copped to having, and a third was found in the trunk, and of course a lot more weed. They're saying one of the guns they found was an AK-style handgun with a 30-round magazine, and it looks like an AK, but it's really a goddamn handgun, okay? Basically, it sounds like they're kind of describing something with a drum, okay? Now, here's the thing, if you're wondering what's Kodak's current situation, okay? Kodak has gotten a felony for the gun. He has gotten a misdemeanor for the marijuana possession. Now, it's also important that he got locked up at the border because now, going forward in the future, they can't trust this nigga with leaving and coming back into the country. Might fuck up his travel or fuck up him going back to Canada. Who knows, okay? Now, Kodak was recently just off probation. That's why he stayed in jail for like an extra 6 to 9 months to get completely off probation. But clearly, this is probably going to start that process over again unless everybody cops out to everything and he can walk away, which usually isn't the goddamn case. Now, he's still in jail right now, okay? He's been held on $20,000 cash bond or $40,000 bond where you could get through a bail bondsman or whatever. And you might be saying, why isn't he out? Because he's been in there for like a day. Because people couldn't find out where he's at. He was locked up for a day. They're probably doing a lot of questioning and processing and all that type of shit. This is the border. This is the security of the United States. They're going to do all that type of shit. Yet, I just got to say, man, I'm very disappointed in Kodak. You know why I'm disappointed in Kodak? Because every time Kodak Black has gotten into some type of, the cops catch him with a gun or some shit like that, he's been beefing online. And he's been on Instagram Live beefing online. When he was beefing with some Florida niggas. And some Florida niggas was saying they got pressure, static, or smoke for him. Then the cops found him with guns. Like, obviously, it makes sense. You gotta beef up security, beef up your weaponry when you got problems with niggas that you are continuing to escalate online. And for those who might be saying, well, if he got problems online, that got nothing to do with this. It's a completely different situation. Let me tell y'all. Kodak Black, when he got locked up last time on Instagram Live, okay? Basically, the cops was watching him online act a fool. The cops was watching him do the most and having weapons and all that in the background. Yes, the police watch what you do. When you're in the national media for beefing, they could probably make a safe assumption that if they stop you, if they check you, if they do a raid on you, you'll probably have some shit you shouldn't have because you online doing some shit you shouldn't be doing. Beefing. Now, you are going at everybody who said something about the Nipsey thing. I'm not saying that's the only reason why they might have had weapons or allegedly had weapons with them, But let's be real, okay? You are in a state and trying to make it look like it's you versus everybody. And when you got that you versus everybody mentality, it's going to be a paranoid one, especially for a nigga from the streets. You're going to feel like you got to move a certain type of way. You got to move like you in the military. And if you're not doing that legally, because it looks like I ain't hear one talk about a security guard having some guns. All I heard is about the homies having some guns. It looks like you're fucking up. You're fucking up. So I gotta say, Kodak Black is not learning. The people around him, they aren't really stepping up to make sure he's away from that shit. And they probably, again, you see when Kodak's the star, he's a celebrity, he's a breadwinner, you think somebody could try to check Kodak? If Kodak not taking checking from somebody who he don't know and who he shouldn't care about, you think somebody's team gonna be like, yo, Kodak, get off the fucking phone, nigga. You ain't doing none of this nonsense no more. Dead that beef. I don't think Kodak is listening to nobody around him. I think they're listening to him. So that's why you get situations like this. This just sounds ridiculous that it keeps happening to Kodak Black, because I love his music. I don't like when he's locked up. But I keep having to question the choices that the people around him and also him are making. And oftentimes, I'm then reflecting on what he says when he comes out, and even sometimes what he says when he's in jail. Because yes, he tweets and types in jail, and he says, oh, I got to get rid of the people around me. But you clearly don't get rid of the people that will get you in future problems around you. Okay, or you keep surrounding yourself with other people that get you in problems. And then I also got to think about Kodak basically saying they got him locked down, or they don't want to see him winning. They want to keep him in the penitentiary. Kodak, the they is you. These niggas don't want to lock you up. The judge gave you a break in that Florida case. They said, move out of Florida. We don't want you here. You can't stop surrounding yourself with certain people from here. So go move somewhere else that we don't have to hear you doing crime no more in Florida. We tired of seeing your face. We tired of having you locked up in Broward County Jail. Why is this such a repetitive thing? I don't know. Kodak Black is very stubborn, and perhaps that's the reason why he's going back and forth with niggas online constantly. But hopefully he will realize that, man, you getting locked up every couple of months. This shit ain't going nowhere. Shit ain't going nowhere. You can't get more arrests and mugshots than platinum records. And if you look at his show in Boston that he missed, he still had a bunch of fans, thousands waiting for him. That won't be like that forever, Kodak. It won't. At some point, niggas will realize you're unreliable. You ain't really making music as you should because you're in and out of the penal system and you're not doing things that an artist needs to do. You've been really lucky so far. But damn, what do I know? I'm just somebody who likes his music. Me and him, we have conversed at times, but I'm no one in his life that could give him life advice and strategy advice on how to move. Hopefully the people around him who care and who do get paid by him will try to do their part. And hopefully Kodak will learn himself. Because I'm really disappointed today at hearing this news. Get in the comment box, what you guys like, and subscribe to your boy Akademiks.